What's up, everybody? It's your boy DJ DJ Bass, because music is the foundation to every hit, unless it's an acapella. And if you tuned into this channel, you've tuned into the Beat Break. And in this episode of the Beat Break, we're gonna be looking at a laid back hip hop track. Something you can just pop in your car, man, and take a little late night cruise and just think about whatever it is you into. Anyway, that's why I created this track for myself. Okay? And without further ado, we're gonna get into this track. And when we started this track, man, we didn't have anything in mind. We just put this tempo tapper on. We tapped out a tempo according to the mood that we were in. And that was a 99 tempo. And it's a 4-bar loop, as you can see. That's how we was feeling at the time. And usually, man, we start with a snare. But on this particular occasion, I decided to just go ahead and start with a chord progression, okay? And if you look at my video, how to stay in key in FL Studio and any other DAW, we'll show you how we laid this progression out and how we came up with this progression, okay? So, first of all, we started with this type of instrument, and we are in G natural minor, okay? And we just dropped that first chord, as you can see, on G, and it's a G minor, okay? And we just elongated that bass note, carried it on to the next, through the next chord, okay? And the next chord was a C natural minor, okay? And that fit right into G natural minor scale, okay? And just like before, we elongated that bass note, okay? And brought it into the next two chords, okay? And then for the next chord, we chose G, A sharp, and D. That's G natural minor once again. And once again, we held down that bass note, the root note, okay? And as you can see in this previous chord, we also added a C and held it down along with this other C, okay? And carried it through these two chords. And that just gave it more body and just kept it fuller, okay? And then the final chord we used was D natural minor, and we added a D bass note, okay? And this is what that chord progression sounds like. Okay. And at this point, I didn't want to go any further with the music. I felt like that was a good place. I just wanted to go ahead and go with the snares, with the drums, man. I wanted to start with the snare as usual. When you're stuck and you don't know where to go with your snare, okay? And even though this is a slow track, and I began thinking we was gonna do a 4-bar loop, we decided to turn it into a 2-bar loop, and we dropped the trap snare on this slow track. And this is the snare we chose, okay? And we just dropped it on 3. All right. And at this point, I feel like the metronome served its purpose, and we went on to this hi-hat pattern. And as you can see, we got a little intricate with this hi-hat pattern, you know. We went up, down, halfway back up, back down, and all the way back up. And we just repeated that for 4 bars, for the 2 bars, okay? And this is what this pattern sounds like. Okay. Yeah. All right. And at this point, man, I was like, hey, this sounded pretty good. Let's just go ahead and add a kick drum in there. And so that's what we did. We added a kick pattern. This is the kick drum. As you can see, it's a pretty nice kick. And it's a simple kick pattern. We just put 3 kicks in the first bar, okay? And in the second bar, just 3 kicks, just like we did in this bar. But in the second half of that last bar, we added 2 kicks at the end. And this is how that sounds. Okay. Okay. All right, man. And at this point, I'm like, yo, we cooking. It's time for an 808. And that's what we did. We dropped an 808 pattern, okay? And we kept it simple. You could just say we dropped it on the 1, the 2, the 3, and the 4. And we just add another one right here, halfway through the halfway point, okay? And this is the 808. Okay, pretty nice. And this is how it sounds with the rest of the track. Okay, we knew we just wanted something laid back, man, something we can cruise to, you know, take a little ride and just think about some stuff. Life, all right? But it was kind of slow and kind of, you know, down, so we decided to liven it up. But guess what? Some more chords, all right? And basically, you can see what we did, man. We pretty much did the same thing. But at the end, right here, we just chopped these chords up. Okay, right here. Same chord. Just chopped it. Alright. And I think we added a note or something. Alright. And that gave it a little something that you'll hear as we put it together with the other chord progression. Matter of fact, this without. And this with. Kind of just woke it up a little bit to me. you know. Gave it a little bit more high end and just a little bit more air in there. And then we put this little stutter step skipping in right here. And at this point, I was like, hey, it's cool. We're going to speed it up just a little bit more. So what we did was we added this little sound in here. And we added a crazy pattern with just a little, I think this is 16th note drop. And we just went goofy with the velocity. And it gave it a little crazy bounce. This sounds like this. And we just wanted something that was constant. Okay. And at this point, I feel like, hey man, we had us a nice little track that we can sit back and have some pretty cool thoughts to as we cruise down the road, down the highway, all right, and think about that highway of life, all right. But we knew we just needed a little something extra to add some interest, and so we added this sound we picked from SAR, okay, pretty good plug-in. FL Studio Stop, and this is what that sounds like. Alright, and basically we just went from the 1, what is that? To the 5, okay. To the 4, back to the 5, to the 6, down to the 4, boom, to the 5, okay. And then really, on this next chord, this next key, back down to the 1. Okay. And like I said, refer to my video, How to Stay in Key in FL Studio and any other DAW. And it'll show you how we came up with this little melody that we're going to drop in here. And that's going to finish this track. And this is how it sounds. All right. And on that note, you've been rocking with your boy DJ B-A-S-E, DJ Bass. And if you like this video, if you learned anything, or if it just entertained you, man, look, like, share, comment, and definitely hit that subscribe button and see what your boy gonna do next time.